Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Defect run. On this channel, I up my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. Having a look here. No 3 elite path, it looks like, at all. So gotta figure out what we want to do here. There is lose all gold for transform 2, and it looks like I can dodge a shop, so seems pretty likely here. 3 potions is better than it seems, even on floor 1 with whatever Ascension makes you lose a potion slot. But probably still not better than transform, even just 1 card on average. Strike and defend, and we get Glacier and Blizzard on floor 1. Blizzard, even with 1 copy of Glacier, is a little bit unexciting, but it's a good time. Drawing the Blizzard, or the Glacier against the Jawworm on turn 1, very good, of course. Made it through without taking any damage. Very, very nice. And Compile Driver, Bullseye, both fine early attacks, taking Compile Driver. We already have the Frost Orb involved, so Compile Driver pretty reliably drawing 2 cards, which will only get better and better as the run goes on. Making sure to kill that one. Full block. Pretty good fight there as well. And Beam Cell versus Barrage versus Leap, of course. But we already have a Glacier, so not as needing the Leap. You really only want to take Leap really early if you need to, and then obviously a big defend is not quite ideal as a card going long term. But Beam Cell, just some very nice extra damage. Gotta kill Gremlin Knob and whatnot somehow. And when you have a Blizzard, as the run goes on, that may actually be a huge scaling card, this Beam Cell as well. Yet again, no damage, so very clean so far. There's a Ball Lightning, probably the best card here. Could still use a little bit of damage. Makes an orb. Almost certainly going to be clicking on that. And with Fungi Beasts, they're very kindly not attacking us here. So, kind of want to split to the damage a little bit. Ideally, you kill them both at the same time in this sort of situation, but might be a little bit too unlikely. And yep. So now I can kill one, hopefully, with the dual casts. There we go. And only takes 6. Could have gone better, for sure. Definitely a world where we kill them both without taking any damage. But no big deal. Happy to get through a hard hallway fight. And a buffer is already here from a hallway fight. Probably only like a 10%-ish chance of finding a rare here. And buffer's pretty good. Notably, we don't have any card that we're desperate to upgrade yet. And that makes buffer a lot more pickable because buffer gets a lot better when it's upgraded, to be sure. It's also a Static Discharge, definitely a good card. And coming up to a campfire, I see, so definitely taking that buffer and upgrading it. Blizzard will be a good upgrade eventually if we're actually planning on using it, but right now we're not making nearly enough Frost Orbs for that to matter. And hopefully can take the Super Elite, that'd be nice. Very heavily considering here, it seems. I hope you enjoy a nice thinker. Not really sure why I'm considering not taking the super early here. Or at least not going left. Play the Zamp. Great looking hand here. Ball lightning, strike, strike. Or perhaps to play Glacier, but I shouldn't play Glacier because I have buffer charges. I still do it. I think I forgot, to be honest. It works out here though, I actually managed to full block there because I drew Glacier again. So, definitely working out for us. Get in there, Blizzard. And yeah, now with another buffer charge, and it's this low already, no way we take damage here, so definitely happy about this. Uniquely, buffer is actually quite good against Gremlin Knob as well. Usually a bit of a problem. And get a Lizard Tail, which will revive us with half of our life if we'd ever die the first time. That's very nice. And a second buffer is here, so that's extremely unlikely. I think that was a 5% chance for that to appear. Any rare, that is. Because the Elite has a 10% increased chance, I believe, of seeing rares. And Ice Cream is here. Whenever we don't spend any energy in a fight, we'll retain that energy instead of losing it. And a little bit early for it. It's going to be tough to not spend all of our energy, but could be very interesting at some point in the run. Making it through these guys with no problem either. Full-headed looks pretty good. We have the Blizzard, and we have an Ice Cream, so we could perhaps have a bit more energy than expected in a turn. And it's just a good card anyway. Upgrade the Blizzard now. Definitely questionable, but I really wanted to use it, it seems. And I one-click Scrappoos for a Captain's Wheel, giving us 18 block on turn 3. So boy, is that good. Get max health Gremlin Knob. Normally the absolute nightmare, but with 2 copies of Buffer Plus, we are well equipped to not die to this guy. We may even be able to block turn 3 because of the Captain's Wheel. It's a great draw. There's a buffer. So gonna lose a buffer charge to this hit, sadly. But you gotta play one there, of course. And looks like we're not getting there on the blocking thing. If we drew Glacier here, we would have been able to block here. Hope to draw the other buffer. I do. I play that to make more Frost Orbs, I believe. Also evokes the Lightning Orb. So a very strange run so far already. The Zap does 2 more damage, but I might be able to dual cast. Made it through anyway. And find a dead branch. And that's the real icing on top of this already very weird run here. We have the option to take this dead branch. I definitely considered not clicking on the dead branch. It will mean that whenever we exhaust any card, we get a random defect card in our hand. And that might be good. It also might not be good. And also we have no exhaust yet, so I happen to find a hologram right there. And unupgraded hologram exhausts, whereas upgraded doesn't. So arguably better to not be upgraded here. And so we're going to be doing some nonsense here, to be sure. Glacier Blizzard. Seems good. Fission is pretty good. Fission exhausts. The dead branch may generate other cards that exhaust, and then you're really cooking. Power Potion, and Tempest is here. It also exhausts. The problem with that line of thinking, though, is that if you have played Tempest, you now have no energy left, and you cannot play the card that was generated. So may choose to skip that one. Although we do have Ice Cream, and any card where you can pull a lot of energy and then spend it all on one card could be good. I actually don't remember if I click on this or not. It's certainly fun. I'm not convinced it's correct, though. So it does pass me when I have fun. No fun allowed. And could upgrade Zap for energy upgrade. Could upgrade Cool Headed for more draw. Could upgrade Beam Cell because it's a good upgrade. 2 vulnerable is a lot more than 1. Decided to go this route instead. Buffer, 2 buffer pluses against Slime Boss, hitting you for 38 damage every God knows how many turns. It's like 12 turns of being immune, basically. And I found a creative AI. So that's pretty good. So now we can just sit here with our buffers and play powers for 12 turns. Very cool. I'm trying to see if I can full block here somehow, because it happens to have the Captain's Wheel block, so if I can, then that's an extra 3 turns. But it doesn't look like it's mathing. Defend Hologram Defend is 13. Cool Headed is 2 more. Could have found something. Defend was top card. I actually would have gotten there. No big deal, though. And yeah, I'm totally fine with this. Just, no way I'm ever taking damage here, basically. Just play my cards. Should actually play Glacier there. Would have done a lot more damage with the Evoking. Good split, in other words. Thunderstrike's pretty good in this situation. I haven't played any Frost Orbs. You're welcome, Claw fans. Get back a power probably because I have Storm in play. Thunderstrike again. Goodbye. So possibly the easiest slime boss I've ever had is Defect. My god, that was brutal. Double buffer plus in Act 1 is so unusual. And Electro is pretty good. Definitely the card you're looking for going into Act 2, I would say. Generally speaking, it just solves so many fights there. Slavers and Gremlin Leader hate to go up against an electric Defect there. And I'm super interested in energy here. Was really hoping for it. Found a Cursed Key. Of course, with Ice Cream, that's a lot more of an impact. And Cursed Key is totally fine. We'll have to take a curse at some point to get our blue key. Other than that, not too bad. That's a possible 4 elite path, or I could skip that first elite on the left and go to a campfire instead. So nice options there. Should not have played Strike there. Ice Cream moment. So you'll often be seeing me choose to not play cards that I can play in order to retain the energy instead, if the card is simply not impactful enough in the situation. It's fun. I know that feeling of watching runs and it's like the streamer or whoever makes a play and you're like, why would you do that? And then the turn ends and you're like, oh, they had this thing. It's so easy to forget about those things. And the Chosen very kindly making dazes for us, which will be turned into random cards. Too bad it's dead, though. Another hologram is here. Definitely pretty good. And, like, do I even upgrade the holograms? Or is it wrong? I still don't know, to be honest. Probably having one upgraded hologram is good, just to keep having that effect, but the fact that it exhausts is probably a good thing most of the time with Dead Branch. Poor looters. Usually so vicious, but they cannot get through. They're both running. It's actually a bit sad. We might not be able to kill them both. But that's a great beam cell draw. Corsar's going to hit for 16 damage. Is that Electro at the very bottom? That's also very sad. You kill the right one because it blocks for quite a lot more. It also tends to have a bit more health, so it can be harder to do so, but it's more rewarding to do so. You cannot get through usually if it's blocking, but you can get through the left one usually. Really good library event here. Definitely a lot to consider here. Another Glacier looks really good. Turbo looks really good. Cool-headed is fine. Definitely considering clicking the Turbo here. The energy is permanence because we have Ice Cream. We also have 2 holograms to make it more energy. There's also a Tempest again, but surely not clicking on that over Glacier or Turbo. Did take the Glacier after all. And of course we do have an upgraded Blizzard in our deck. So it's not just, oh, I'm taking good card because it's good. I'm taking fun Frost card to make more Blizzard damage, of course. It will be having Captain's Wheel next turn, so always full blocking next turn. And Recycle would be good here. Get rid of a card that I want, make a new card. And Recursion making another Frost Orb, of course. More juice. So 4 buffer charges, definitely no need to worry here. Gonna be fine. Very sadly. Could have blocked for 1 more, would have kept a buffer charge there. Probably have lethal with Blizzard, Hologram Blizzard. Just about. Made it through. There's Storm Plus and another hologram. Storm Plus is not really doing it yet, I would say. But another hologram seems fine. I actually skipped this one, it seems. There is too many hologram where you just draw all the hologram before your good cards and then you can't do anything. And find a kunai there. Every time we play 3 attacks in 1 turn, we gain 1 dexterity for the rest of the fight. A little bit unexciting here, but do have beam cell hologram stuff going on. And if we find more Compile Driver and bank up a bunch of energy with Ice Cream, could actually realistically proc kunai here. A decent turn 1 here, but still taking 14, sadly. The order is wrong. Only the right slaver hit us first. And would love to block for enough to not take damage from the first slaver here, but it doesn't look likely. So may have to take 9 again. Actually do get there. Take 0 instead. Small interruption there, but we just had a very nice lightning orb related turn there, killing all of the slavers, so that was very nice. Trash reward, sadly. And can't click on that, sadly. No Omamori or anything to prevent the curse, so just gonna have to move on. and considering which way to go here. But I actually realize that if I go right, I can take 2 elites, where if I go left, I can only take 1, of course. So I'm feeling strong enough to go right here. And luckily-ish, getting hit for the big hit on turn 1 there with the buffer, so got to block the whole hit. Interested in playing this Glacier, it seems. I can also charge the Blizzard more. Shouldn't have played Strike. Actually, yes, I should have. Kunai. If I didn't have Kunai, I was wrong. And a huge Captain's Wheel here. A rare instance of Captain's Wheel being extremely useful, I would say. It's obviously a good relic, but sometimes turn 3 is a bit late for it to be realistically useful. And again, buffer blocking the full 24. This fight's going swimmingly, dare I say. And now I could perhaps double Glacier. May have had lethal with Ball Lightning involved, not sure. But yep, that was fine as well. And Blizzard's still in there, so can skim Blizzard, Hologram, Blizzard, and kill. But now I was thinking, is there any way to leave Pendib on 9 here? Well, it doesn't look like it. That's okay. And Whetstone's here to upgrade 2 skills. Check the card reward first, of course. Might find an attack we want to upgrade. Take an algorithm instead, which also exhausts, by the way. And I remember to skip the chest, guys. Please clap. Curse key, of course, would give us a curse, and we're just going to take the blue key later, so no need to take the curse right now. Grim Leader being very rude here. Oh, that's wrong order. It generated me a chill there, which I could have done 9 more damage with that Blizzard. So if you're playing Dead Branch, definitely you want to make sure you allow the Dead Branch to resolve when you play a exhaust card and see what it gives you in order to continue playing cards. Definitely might matter quite a lot. And this is awkward. If I play Buffer, it will get consumed by the Wizard hitting me for 35, and then I would actually take 22, which is definitely bad. But I really want to kill this Wizard, and so it's exactly 9 health. Not playing that chill is costing me big time here, possibly. Definitely a huge deal. And so, I have to find my way out. I could like Electrodynamics Ball Lightning on the Wizard. But that's not quite enough, it looks like to me. It would be 9 plus the 7 from Ball Lightning, which is only 16, and it has 19 health. So I could Ball Lightning Hologram, something like that, to kill it. There's definitely a way to kill this, surely. Yeah, 15 damage Blizzard seems good. And so if I do this and I play Ball Lightning on the Wizard, then I block for a lot, and I don't even have to play the buffer after all. Take 2 instead, it's totally fine. That time I choose to not get a Kunai proc. Save the energy instead for next turn. Should Beam Cell on Ground Leader, yeah. And then I forgot about Pendib. Again, current me just also forgot about that. It's hard to remember it as the Defect for whatever reason. Just that doesn't feel like attacks matter that much, but they definitely do. So I could have doubled the Blizzard instead there, of course. Didn't matter, but worth mentioning. I made it through relatively unscathed there, despite some rather poor play. And Tori's here, reducing any unblocked attack damage that we take that's 5 or less down to 1. And take a Rainbow, a little bit unusual for me, but have enough energy probably with 4 energy plus Ice Cream, and it exhausts for Dead Branch. And Capacitor's there, and another Glacier's there. Now we're really cooking. So many Frost Orbs, so many Orb slots. Pretty good. So we're definitely doing it here. It is a bit weird, but we're definitely doing it. Play Glacier even though it's not full blocking because it gets the Frost Orbs in play, of course. Definitely interested in playing the genetic algorithm. Just to make sure that I do. And have so much buffer here, of course. Not mattering that we're taking a little bit of damage, in theory. Oof. That's not the hand you want to be drawing when they're not attacking you. Very sad. But at least we get to save all of our energy for next turn. Rebound the Compile Driver. Blizzard. Hologram Blizzard. And soon enough I can probably just dual cast Dark Orb. Glacier is enough as well. Have to keep Pen Nibble 9 that time, I remember. Please clap. And 3 excellent cards there, all that exhaust. White Noise and Hologram are definitely considerations as well, but Snap Pick a Chill, of course. Unusually good with Dead Branch, making you a card for free. And we have a Blizzard Plus. Would love to charge it up more. And yet again, Slavers are here to ruin our day. Ouch. The hardest fight in the game, by some metric, probably. So I have Electro in play, it seems. Definitely interested in playing this Ball Lightning. Shouldn't have played Beam Cell first. I had Pen Nib. That's a mistake. Of course you apply Vulnerable first, right, guys? No, this is Slay the Spire. Nothing ever makes sense. Oh, right. I actually remember that this is where Blizzard Tail goes, so I sit here for quite some time trying to find like a way to kill this. Would it have died if I played Lightning? I mean, even if it does die is the problem. Like, even if I can kill the right Slaver here, it isn't enough to not die. So I was definitely desperately trying to find a way out here. But, yeah, just kill the right one and then it breaks, unfortunately. It's fine. So, like, yeah. If you're watching this run live and weren't already going in knowing it was a hard kill, you might be like, oof, this is it, you know? Die, like, losing Blizzard Tail Slavers. Ouch. But, nope, we make it. All the way. Okay, so I did this completely wrong. Should have just killed that. Oh, never mind. It was already gonna die to the Lightning Orbs. Never mind. W past me, L current me. And then now that we're comfortably getting out, of course now the Captain's Wheel goes off. Horn Cleat would have been much preferred there. And Anchor. Find one more attack for the Pen Nib. Be nice. Take a War Paint. None of those skills look super exciting. And take a Fruit Juice as well. Drink the Fruit Juice now. Dex Pot seems pretty good for the champ. And now that we have reached the boss, we can finally relax. Huh? Yeah, just hoping to charge Kunai a bit here. And scale, and with 4 buffer stacks against the split turn, that 33 times 2 is going to instead be 0. So we'll actually probably be making sure to save one of the buffers until that, just to make sure we don't accidentally lose the buffer charges before split turn. It's fine to take a little bit of damage. Just want to make sure we can live that turn, and we're good. And also, of course, can sit here forever and make Frost Orbs, which will charge Blizzard more and more. And there's Biased Cog. I remember making this fight a little bit interesting for myself by playing Biased Cog a little bit ahead of schedule, perhaps. For fun. Gotta add some stakes. You know, it can't just sit there forever charging Frost Orbs. That's too boring. Should have played Recursion. Make another Frost Orb. Also can make a Dark Orb. So the Dark Orb will also help with killing Champ. We have so many tools to deal with this fight, for sure. Already up to 14 Metallicized, a little bit unusual. The Champ can either do the buff thing, or it can do the Metallicized thing, defensive stance as it's called. I've had it do it 14 Metallicized as early as turn 3, like Metallicize turn 1 and then hit me turn 2 and then Metallicize again turn 3. So even if you aren't trying to just wait around, it can just do that to you. And that can be a bit brutal if you're an attack-focused sort of deck. Getting through all that block can be a bit brutal. I actually just lost a buffer charge there. If I could have avoided that, that was very stupid. Didn't notice. And I play Biased Cog, here we go. 12 energy and heat sinks in play. Decided to just go for it. Beam Cell, Zap Hologram, or just dual cast, of course, because I have a Dark Orb there. Should have gone Beam Cell Compile Driver though, I guess, but it's the same. Because make Lightning Orb or Dark Orb, they both draw 2 then. And I'm interested in finding the Blizzard right now because I want to double it with this Pendib and Beam Cell Blizzard, but I can't find it, which wasn't part of my plan. Whoops. So I could just go Glacier Glacier and then save the Pendib. I keep 2 energy up instead. Definitely playing the Lightning Orbs. It's 120 damage Blizzard. It's pretty good. And now it's actually kind of sus, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit sus. But it only looks sus until we draw the Glacier again. Or the Blizzard, rather. Does a lot of damage. I am weakened here, so I might not do that much. 77, still a lot. And just gonna tank the hits with the buffer charges, of course. Can even leave this on 9 in order to play the Blizzard again. We won't be weakened anymore next turn. There it is. So, made it through the Champ. Despite my best efforts to throw, still made it through. And music glitching out here, it seems. That it was not expecting the Blizzard to dunk on it that hard. Take a Machine Learning over the other cards, sure. I'm not a huge Machine Learning lover, but trying to take it a bit more often. I need to respect it a bit more than I do. I know that I'm right about the whole it's a little bit slow and doesn't actually have that much of an impact thing and makes Wokebird have 2 more strength. But it's certainly like a fine card. Considering Pandora's Box. Considering can I take the Fusion Hammer? How interested am I in upgrading cards? And I realize right now, like, yes, there's something I want to upgrade too bad, but I also don't have any copies of Defrag yet. So I would love to upgrade them if I find them. So I click P-Box, get Bias Cog Fission, that's really exciting. And now we would love some sort of artifact or orange pellets or something like that. Ouch. It's a cool 33 damage. Oh wow. So I also got an aggregate from Pandora's. Draw into it there. And I also have this Sunder. I can get the aggregate back. Play the Sunder, play Electro first, then play Sunder to kill either one. And then seems good. Even buffer as well. So full blocking and getting buffer in play. From being able to make 0 block and taking 33, I ended up taking 0 and getting 2 buffer stacks play. The power of Dead Branch. Very cool. Another chill is here. If it's current me, I'm clicking on that. Second chill, totally fine with Dead Branch. Was also probably considering this darkness. Yep. Get a shop from the question mark here. And we're already planning on going on to 2 shops, I believe. If memory serves. So there's a mummified hand here, and I know how many of you would have snap picked the mummified hand. We're playing the Defect, of course you click mummified hand, right? But this is not that kind of deck, really. We already have enough energy with this ice cream thing that we're doing, and we now have an aggregate as well. And so what we really, really want is the artifact thing, souvenir, orange pellets to prevent or to remove all debuffs when we play a skill, attack, and power in the same turn, or just anything like that. Other good options. Of course, the shop relic, the passer relic, giving us 3 extra orb slots would also be huge. And so I save my gold. I don't even remove, just move on. Really interested in keeping as much gold as we can without dying in order to keep our options as open as possible. And this ends up paying off rather large. No spoilers, but I get something good. And I keep Pendant on 9. Almost certainly will be able to get the kill here without needing to play an attack. Or taking damage. Another skim is here, looks really good. Now that we have this aggregate from the Pandora's, my god, what a hit that was. Aggregate with ice cream even is insane. And we have no basics now. I have to actually find a card to remove here. And this took me quite a bit. You know, okay, so the worst card here I think is Amplify, very clearly. And you might be thinking, like, how is it not Beam Cell or, like, something like that? But it's just the fact that it's fast, and Amplify is so awkward, and, like, you have to draw it at the same time as the powers, and if you play all your powers, it doesn't do anything, is literally a slimed. It's just awkward. But I'm looking at this now, and I'm like, I have 2 buffer pluses. How did I remove this Amplify? Anyway, I removed the Amplify. And I think it's fine. I think it's right. I don't know. If you disagree with that decision, I think that's fair enough. But I am a huge Amplify hater. Goodbye, Amplify. Poor Amplify. It's crazy that Amplify is the card that goes there over, like, Beam Cell or whatever. Ball Lightning, for example, could have gone. But yeah, we have Reptomancer. Like, how does Amplify beat Reptomancer? If you happen to draw along with Buffer, great, but, like, we want, you know, to be able to kill the minions. And Electrodynamics plus Ball Lightning actually does quite a lot of damage to everything. I stand by the decision. Sadly take 1 there for breaking a buffer charge. I may have did math wrong. It's past me. And so Transient does 10 more damage per turn. And we have to make sure we kind of line it up so that we can not take damage here. Hopefully the last buffer charge will prevent the last hit. Is there a buffer still in there and I just didn't click that? I would have just gotten out for free there. There's still a buffer in there. But of course it is better to keep going if I can to put Pendib on 9, for example. Vision looks good. Yep. So, keep going, keep going, keep going. Could play Scrape as well. Put Pendib on 9. Chose not to, but whatever. There we go. Pass, pass. Transient can't hurt you. It's not real. Cannot get rid of that dex pop. And go to another shop. And then there's a third shop to the left up there. And there's a meteor strike, guys. I definitely remember clicking on that. So, of course, with Ice Cream, can make so much energy, therefore being able to play the Meteor Strike. And then, of course, the Meteor Strike itself makes Plasma Orbs, which will make more energy, which will also be retained by the Ice Cream. It's insane. And it's fun. Past me is interested in having fun after all. Double Scrape is not good. Hate to say it. I choose to just pass, keep up the energy. Could have played Glacier again for more orb, but seems not. In hindsight, orb was better. But because of Pendib, it's going to be doing a lot, so it can Blizzard for 24 damage. In my defense, that probably would have been the card that got removed, that Beam Cell right there, if I didn't remove Amplify, and it would have been even worse here. I actually killed the minion for me for 0. Very nice. I'm coping. It's making more dudes, so make some lightning orbs and put Electro in play. Seems reasonable. Can also hologram for aggregate. I would like to upgrade the aggregate, but it might not even be necessary. We also have a bias cog, of course. I believe the route that we're going has no campfires. A bit spooky. And then bias cog lets us just kill the minions for free with the lightning orbs, and again. Could just pass. Have 4 stacks of buffer. Try to put the thing on 9 again. 8 is fine. And Calipers is here, wow. So now, whenever we start our turn, we will only lose 15 block instead of all of our block. So if we can make a lot of block, it's basically permanent. Can I take a Force Field as well, now that we have that? Pretty reliably will cause 0, and could help us make a billion block, which can then get abused by the Calibers. Very kindly making us an auto shields there, it's actually pretty good here. What a weird deck. Can't actually full block here, sadly. Could get back another Meteor Strike, perhaps. With the hologram. Or just like Glacier hologram. Glacier is good. So many options. Rainbow Glacier. Wanted to play algorithm, of course. Charge that bad boy. Multicast. I have buffers, so it's fine. I didn't even need it. Crazy. And defrags here. Take that for sure. Again, not going to a campfire, so we can't upgrade it. It's a little bit scary. But we do have bias cog. And I have to take this, of course. So going to an elite here will give us some gold. And hope to find some good stuff at the shop as well as remove the curse. Another reason not to remove earlier as well is we're going to take a curse always. So you have to keep your gold to remove that, of course. Sometimes the curse is a really bad curse. You don't want to be stuck with the normality or pain or something like that. Pain would be extra bad with buffer charges. So we got Giant Head here. Giant Head is in peril. Poor guy can only do big damage at once, and we have many buffers. I know I have aggregate coming up. I want to reshuffle in order to have cards in my draw pile that I can then make energy with. And I could just go buffer Meteor Strike here and the fight would be over pretty much, but it seems I do that instead. Hello World is fine. Probably dual cast. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Missed a card. Should have played Beam Cell first. I had the math, but I forgot about the Dead Branch card. Would love to find Blizzard. Oh, there it is. 264 damage. Make that 316 damage. Poor Giant Head. And we get Toy Ornithopter as well, healing us for 5 whenever we use a potion. Definitely not bad. Another cool-headed unupgraded is here. A little bit unexciting. Might still take it though. Better than skipping? Probably. And go towards the shop, of course. That's a great chill. Wow. Even just that, one chill, already hitting for 9 all enemies. Not bad. The cute thing about the chill and blizzard combo is that the better the chill is, the better the blizzard is. Because the more enemies there are, the more orbs you make, and the more enemies you hit with blizzard. Very neat little synergy there. Interested in getting out here. Blizzard is in there. So I charge Penib a bit, of course. Instead of just ripping the blizzard. Gotta learn to rein it in sometimes. I can go aggregate Meteor Strike Blizzard, probably. Pretty sure that maths, yep. Pretty good. A second Blizzard. Yes, please. Another hologram is also there. But I am definitely seeming to be interested in drawing the Blizzard. And here we go. There's a med kit, but there's also a core surge, giving us 1 artifact when we play it. And we do have a bias cog. I remove the curse by the core surge. And now we're cooking. That'll give us the permanent focus that we're looking for. And we even get to get 333 gold there, so going into Act 4 shop, we'll have some options as well. Pretty good. And I can play the Core Surge without changing its intent here. Because it is blocking for too much. I still don't, though. I should have done that. That way I can play the Bias Cog later. Now I take the Core Surge back just to break the Curse intent. And now I'm hoping to find Bias Cog before it debuffs me. Don't do that. Already full blocking. Don't want to get it Curse again. Not getting mind controlled by Writhing Mass today. Bias Cog bottom card, it seems. Oof. That's not bad though. Getting debuffed now. I can just play Bias Cog, Passer, Double Blizzard, Double Glacier, I mean. God, those cards have such similar names. And now the Calipers is going to be really cooking. Make enough block each turn that it actually retains a bit. Just chill it. Play Blizzard sometimes when it's big enough. Otherwise, just sit there. Let Lightning Orbs do their thing. Don't get cursed. Getting cursed is bad. I thought that hand looked bad, so I draw it instead. Didn't want to draw those cards naturally next turn. It's probably dead. Beam Cell Blizzard. Beam Cell Bullseye Blizzard kills, in fact. And doesn't even proc the Malleable. Very nice. That was like perfect, I think. Very cool. And some interesting options here. Reinforced Body Plus with Ice Cream is interesting. But another Force Field Plus also looks really good with the Calipers plan. A card that makes block that doesn't also give Wokebird strength is pretty good. Reinforced Body looks cool, but I'd rather have the 0 cost, I think. And Turbo was a pick as well, to be sure. But with the Aggregate, I think I'm good. Well, I take the Turbo. Yikes. I probably would have taken Force Field in hindsight, as you can tell by my dithering there. And uh-oh. One point for Reinforced Body, by the way, or whatever that card is called. Oh my god, I just say that, Reinforced Body. It is called Reinforced Body, right? Thinking about Empty Body from Watcher. Not too bad here. It's all good. Everything's fine. And so we're not getting debuffed here. Very nice. So hoping to be able to play the Core Surge and get away with it here. And not get debuffed before we play our Bias Cog. Could be a bit awkward, letting it go and then trying to get it later again. I actually will take damage for this. Could have just played Genetic Algorithm instead of the Frost Orb there. It's a bit of a waste, but I actually only took one because of Tori. I'm sure past me was aware of that. And so we're getting time warped. Maybe trying to play our cards a bit carefully, make sure that we don't play anything that's super unnecessary. That may be bad. And now we're blocking for 35 every turn, passively. Play Meteor Strike there. Of course, blocking, tanking up against Time Eater is totally fine, but I definitely could have gotten away with it there. And now we have all the Frost Orbs and the Calipers that can just play the algorithm blocks for so much for us. Very interested in making tons of block, and I'm counting how many cards I can play this turn, possibly hitting the Time Warp, 12 cards. Deciding, do I want to play Hologram or Scrape? The problem with Scrape is that you may discard a card you want to draw next turn. Not ideal. Second Aggregate. Second Blizzard's in there, interested in playing that. And we're pretty much immortal. Buffer charges, so much block. It would take a miracle for Time Eater to do damage to us now. Get the split here. Play a white noise. Rock the Time Warp. Double energy is pretty good. Pretty good. It's a pretty good capacitor as well. Unnecessary though. And not playing Overclock, not interested in getting a burn going in our deck. Unnecessary. No more Blizzard. And this is where you would really want an upgraded hologram to be involved. Continuing to get the Blizzard back over and over and keep playing it for so much damage would be very nice. But we did not upgrade any of them, which was fair enough, I think. And that's a huge all for one. I didn't expect to get so many cards. I was actually hoping for the Claw there, but too many cards. And I'm interested in killing, find a Blizzard perhaps. But it would also mean Pendant would be on the wrong number. But I may just be so interested in escaping now that I don't care. That's a big reinforced body. I recycle it for doubling my energy, basically. That is how that works. If you recycle a card that costs X, you will gain X energy, and X is equal to your current energy. Pretty cool Thunderstrike there. So we get to end the fight with weirdos. Thunderstrike, Meteor Strike, Hyper Beam to finish off Time Eater there. Very weird. And Capacitor Glacier looks so good here. I'm going to take a little bit of damage in order to get those in play. I can always play Buffer later, as long as I don't die. And these guys can't debuff us, so I'm going to be just playing Core Surge. Great hit on the defrag there, even unupgraded, very welcome. There it is. Happily hit it before the Bias Cog. But with our 3 copies of Hologram unupgraded, and probably find the Bias Cog again even after we discard it if that happens. And now we're good. Just like that. And there's Echo Form as well, wow. I was very excited about that, as you can see. Thanks, Dead Branch. Poor Donu Deca, man. To double my algorithm, very cute. I should have been remembering to keep up 1 energy more often for this Meteor Strike. It was a kind of a bad thing that I wasn't having enough energy for the Meteor Strike sometimes. And a lot of the time I'm sure I was like wasting 1 energy. Huge Echo Form is such a good card in this deck. Doubling all of the glaciers, as well as once we have, you know, 100 damage Blizzard, we can double the Blizzard as well. Very nice. So my god. I actually took 11 damage there, but still poor Donu Deca. That was absolutely brutal. And we have some excellent potions here. Would love to save them both for the hearts, but may get involved in the Act 4 Elite as well. Act 4 Elite, probably the scariest fight in the entire game for the Defect. And we get to upgrade our Defrag. Considered Bias Cog for a moment, but the reliable 1 focus from Defrag is better. Of course, Bias Cog is also only 1 focus and more. And Clockwork Souvenir looks great for the same reason as Core Surge, preventing 1 debuff. Take another hologram. And then there's also a Centennial Puzzle, which is an excellent relic in Act 4 Elite, where you take get 2 burns on top of your draw pile on turn 1 and then take some damage. So that can be the difference between you drawing only 2 real cards and 5 real cards. Absolutely massive. And so we're here. If I let this go, I will be taking some damage and have a very awkward turn next turn perhaps. I did Bicentennial Puzzle, but there's no guarantee I'll get out. So I do end up duplication potioning on the Tempest for 16 lightning orbs with electrodynamics up. And that kills this fight very comfortably. And I get a Horn Cleat as well. 14 block on turn 2. So a very cool use of Tempest there actually. And gets us out of that fight unscathed. And just gonna have to hope that without the dupe pod against the heart, we have enough gas. Would love to play this machine learning, but buffer is probably a bit too important. And he had to play Glacier first, because the Beat of Death would break the buffer charge. Very sad. And we blocked the Vulnerable with our Clockwork Souvenir, which is very good. So saving my energy here instead of playing the Glacier. Already full blocking. And now we have buffer charges if we want to use one here. Playing this fight pretty well so far, I say. We found a reinforced body, which could make a lot of block for us if we want. Core Surge is here, so now the heart's never going to debuff us again. We can play Core Surge, and whenever we draw Bias Cog, it's going to be good. Another defrag's always welcome. Aster, of course. A huge card. But going all the way down to 1 block here, and then I pass. Use a buffer charge. Found a Force Field. Another reason why cards like Force Field are good is because it actually lets you block against the hearts without taking damage from the Beat of Death. Frost Orbs being your whole block solution can be a bit awkward in that case. And that's a interesting fission timing. Do I rip it here and get rid of all of these Frost Orbs? I'm blocking for 45 right now. So I would actually lose my buffer charges here, it seems. This is a situation where Fission Plus would be a lot better than regular Fission. Make energy with aggregate, make more energy with aggregate, and there's another aggregate, wow. So, getting a bit awkward now. I have 3 buffer charges still that I'd like to keep if I can. Find a glacier there, it's really, really good. And now I'm considering, do I just sink all this energy into a reinforced body? Also, there's a Tempest, and I may choose to sink all of it into that instead. And because it's actually evoking the Frost Orbs, I will block for enough now, which I don't think I immediately appreciate. That's 45 block, but it would be 60 block instead if I evoke all of them, which is perfect. But of course I have Calipers as well, so I could just reinforce body, make a billion block, and that's pretty good as well. A tough decision, but we gotta kill this guy eventually. It will be hitting us for 20 times 15 at some point, so I opt to do the billion damage, as it turns out. And still have buffer charges here. Very nice. So I'm playing this unusually well. I normally, like, I play the fight fine enough to win in every video that you watch, but I'd say I'm, you know, I'm taking the best line here probably. No need to play the beam cell, you had artifact. Before playing Meteor Strike, I mean. Gotta find the aggregate. Machine learning gets in play, perhaps. I'm trying to evoke these energy, or the plasma orbs, of course. Make some more energy. Would be good. Can't quite get there. Still don't even take damage, wow. Pretty good. Now Blizzard's hitting hard enough that we can just keep playing those. Now Reinforced Body looks pretty good. Why not? So we are flawlessing the heart right now. Centennial Puzzle is still active up there, which means we've taken 0 damage. If we just find a little bit of block and a Blizzard next turn, should be good. Boot Sequence is actually a great hit there. Wow. Oh, we have Calipers as well, so block didn't even matter. Silly me. Multicast has arrived as well. If we can manage to get to the Plasma Orbs in the front, could make a lot. Hitting for 120 right now. And we get to end with a big beam cell blizzard here for the finish. How poetic. 189 damage. Wow, that's pretty good. So it made it through with this very strange pile on the back of Lizardtail, saving us from the slavers, of course. Tori only preventing 6 damage total. Wow, what a relic. But yeah, I would say Calipers was rather huge, of course, and the Dead Branch, of course, absolutely popping off, and Ice Cream, very huge as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that unusual Defect run involving some pretty cool, quirky relics. If you're still here, how have you not liked the video? How have you not subbed? Thanks so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.